Hello everyone, my name is Abubaker Mahmoud, and in this presentation I'm going to show you how to use xDGL to generate data. It's a very simple data generation language. I will go to Eclipse. Here I have Eclipse Helios 3.6 and new project, and I will choose Java project. I'll give it the name xDGL demo. Next or finish. Okay, in the source, right click and create new file, and I'm gonna name this file demo01.xdgl. Now when you press finish, Eclipse is going to ask you that this project is trying to enable the nature of xText. xText is the framework which xDGL is built on top of. Do you want to add the xText nature to the project xDGL demo? You will say yes, and immediately you will say that a program which has no code in it, it will give an error. So I will start programming xDGL. Program demo pro, or any name you would like, and then table. I will create a table called employees, and I will define the fields. Let us define a field called emp ID. First we have to define which type it is, whether it is alphabet, boolean, date, time, or numeric. So it's a numeric. Emp ID. When you ask for the IntelliSense, it will give you the number of rules that are applicable in the numeric field types, whether it is fraction, integer range, null, real range, or serial. I'm going to choose serial. It will start from 1000 step by one, and then I'm going to define the main section and only one command. I have 10 commands here: print CSV, print JSON, print SQL, print XML, or write the same. And you have also delete and populate for the direct action on relational database management system. I'm going to choose print CSV and choose the table that I have and the number of rows that I want, and that's it. That's a very simple program in xDGL. Let us define another field. The type is alphabet, and I'm gonna name it first name. The type of rule which I'm going to use here is called r.getXML, and this is going to be human name. Now, to use the getXML rule, I have to define a section here in the program called settings. In the settings, I have to define the data XML. In the data XML is a function that I will give the path to the file of the data XML that I will use. Now, to have a look on an example of data XML, you see this is a data XML file. It's a normal XML file which support the UTF encoding, and this is the beauty of xDGL, because it will allow you to use any language that support this encoding. So you can have the nodes here, the values could be in any language, whether it is Arabic, Urdu, Hebrew, Chinese, whatever language that supports the UTF encoding. And the root node is called data, and inside the root node you have nodes that you can define whatever names you put for them. Here, for example, I have male names with the S plural, and then inside the male names node I have male name. The male name, it's like many values I have, for example, David, Jones, Sammy, Samuel, Enrique, Lopez, whatever name you put here. And I have also a node called female names. I have a bunch of examples like Sarah, Salwa, Elise, Andera, Fatima, Layla, whatever. And I have a node called human names, which have a mixture of male and female names. And I have some other nodes, and you can put whatever nodes you want to use inside the data root node. So human name, it's a mixture of male and female. This XML file, it's in the F directory. So let me just put the location of the XML file, the name, and the extension. And that's it. So now I want to print like 10 records. You will just right click on the file and go to run as xDGL program, or in the project explorer you can go to the file itself, right click, and also run as xDGL. So as you can see here, imp ID and fname, this is a serial starting from 1000 and jumping by 1, and I have also a human name, so it could be a female or it could be a male, randomly generated from the XML file. Now let us complicate a little bit this project or this program. I'm gonna copy this field and paste. I'm gonna just change the name to L name, last name. Last name is going to be male name, and I'm gonna put also expression called email. Now email is expression. Expression, it means that it will be generated from previously generated fields. But the order of the fields that you will generate the expression from, it shouldn't be before the expression field. It could be also after it. So the order has nothing to do with the generation of expression fields. So the email is going to be, when you ask for IntelliSense, it will give you the fields. So it will be first name plus dot plus last name plus a string which is at, for example, company.com. So now I have 4 fields. One is numeric, 2 alphabet, and the 4th one is expression generated from previously generated fields. So if I run the program now, you will see that I have now the 4 fields: employee ID, first name, last name, which always will be a male name. First name could be a female name because it's a human name. And then I have the email. You have to make sure if you have several programs running to choose the right console here, because I have a Demo Pro and I have Demo 1, which I was working in previously. So that's a very simple example on how to use the xDGL. Thank you very much.